Hello everyone, welcome back, and let's begin. With the weekend upon them and Halloween just around the corner, Mom decided to take the kids on a last-minute shopping trip for decorations, but Dad wasn't interested in going. He had a few odd jobs to finish around the house. Mom reluctantly agreed, but made him promise one thing: don't go rummaging around in the attic. With his fingers crossed behind his back, Dad promised he wouldn't. Of course, the minute the car pulled out of the yard, he made a beeline for the attic stairs. He knew his wife had said the place was full of cobwebs and spiders, but surely it couldn't be that bad. He climbed up, pushed open the hatch, and felt for the light switch. Click, nothing happened. The bulb was blown. Great. Another job for his list. A little bit of light was peeking in from the window, and he could just make out some boxes that might hold old decorations. He carefully made his way over, when suddenly, he felt something sticky and stringy cover his face. Oh no, a huge cobweb. What if there was a spider in it? Panic set in. He frantically wiped at his face, lost his balance, and flailed his arms, trying to grab onto anything to stop his fall. It was no use. He went down like a ton of bricks. But wait, he landed on something soft and squishy. It felt warm, and then it moved underneath him. Was this thing alive? Dad let out a huge scream. The sound startled Maisie the cat, who was sound asleep in her favorite armchair downstairs. She shot up, wondering what all the commotion was about, and sprinted upstairs. She got to the top just in time to see Dad scrambling out of the attic. As he rushed past, she rubbed her face against his leg, which made him jump and let out a scream so high-pitched only dogs could hear it. Maisie managed to squeeze past him and slip into the attic just before Dad slammed the door shut. This was going to be his little secret. His wife never needed to know he went in there. He carried on with his odd jobs and started making dinner, wanting it ready for when the family returned. Finally, they arrived home, arms full of cool and scary new decorations. The kids were delighted when they smelled Dad's cooking. They were starving after all that shopping. Everyone agreed the dinner was delicious. Afterwards, the kids started decorating the house with Dad while Mom did the washing up. Suddenly, she realized she hadn't seen Maisie since they got home. She asked Dad and the children if they'd seen her, but no one had. Now she was worried. She searched the whole house, calling her name, with no sign of the kitty anywhere. Then, she heard a faint little meow coming from upstairs, near the attic. Mom pulled the cord for the attic door, and out walked Maisie, with her tail held high in the air, trotting down the stairs as if nothing had happened. Mom couldn't understand how the cat got in there. He promised he wouldn't come up here, she said to herself, but he just couldn't help himself, could he? Halloween finally arrived. The kids were dressed up and ready for trick or treating. Grace was going with her friend Katie, and George was going with his friend Callum, who was Katie's little brother. They were all going to have a great time. After they finished, Katie was coming back for a sleepover with Grace. They returned with their bags overflowing with sweets and ran up to Gracie's room to check out all their goodies. Of course, Maisie the cat had to join in on the fun. Grace reminded Katie not to let Maisie have any treats because it would make her sick. They were being very careful when suddenly, the cat darted over to the wardrobe and started sticking her little paw underneath it. "What are you doing, Maisie?" Grace asked. The girls went over to see what she was up to. Just then, Maisie pulled out a piece of paper. Grace picked it up. To her surprise, it was a child's drawing of a family that looked quite a lot like her own. "Look, Katie," Grace said, pointing to the corner. "It says drawn by Mary on these." The two girls looked at each other. "Do you think that girl lived here before you?" Katie whispered. "And this was her bedroom?" The two girls realized they might have a bit of a mystery on their hands, and they were determined to get to the bottom of it. Well, I'm going to leave it there for now. Please join me next time to find out what happens. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.